I'm going to cover. My purpose is not to change your religion. My purpose is not to make you believe everything that I say. On the contrary, I'm the only one in the world that will tell you, listen to everyone, read everything, believe absolutely nobody, including me. I'm going to cover. My purpose is not to change your religion. My purpose is not to make you believe everything that I say. On the contrary, I'm the only one in the world that will tell you, listen to everyone, read everything, believe absolutely nobody, including me.
There was that ant that stood up to me.
Yeah, but we can forget about him.
Yeah, it was just one ant. One ant.
Yeah, you're right. It's just one ant.
Yeah, boss, they're puny.
Puny? Say, let's pretend this grain is a puny little ant. Did that hurt?
Nope.
Well, how about this one?
Are you kidding?
Well, how about this?
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up.
Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life.
It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back.
Does anybody else want to stay?
Radio City Music Hall, just a couple of blocks uptown from Fox World headquarters. And if you hear the shouting, it's a group of demonstrators who've come. 9/11 was an inside job. Oh, get a life. Get a life. 9/11 was an inside job. But it was 82 degrees, 87 degrees, a high of 87 degrees in New York today. This is Dr. Ashton, Jennifer Ashton. There was also a canine dog who died in a hot car. Why is it so dangerous? How do cars get so hot?
Right. Well, Geraldo, the important analogy here between pets and babies is they're unable to sweat. Then the animal goes into multiple system organ failure and dies.
Here's an experiment that we performed today. Take a look. So, Dr. Ashton, here are the cookies. We literally cooked these cookies just from the heat inside the car.
Exactly. The proteins in our body literally become denatured. They separate, and that's how people die.
Judge Pirro, put the microphone close by your mouth. Should this mother have been given a free pass, as she has been by the authorities?
Absolutely not, Geraldo. And the truth is that she...
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide. My name is Barack Obama. My mother was born in Kansas. My father was born in Kenya. And I was born, of course, in Hawaii.
Terrific, and now it's time for new rules, everybody. New rule: crazy people who still think the government brought down the Twin Towers in a controlled explosion have to stop pretending that I'm the one who's being naive. How big a lunatic do you have to be to watch two giant airliners packed with jet fuel slam into buildings on live TV, igniting a massive inferno that burned for 2 hours, and then think, well, if you believe that was the cause. Stop asking me to raise this ridiculous topic on the show and start asking your doctor if Paxil is right for you.
Crazy people are defined by acting crazy. 9/11 truthers are defined by a patriotic quest for the truth. And guess what, Bill? We're not going anywhere.
New rule. Buildings do not collapse into the path of most resistance at anything close to free fall speed. Go back to kindergarten and play with blocks until you figure that out.
New rule. Sarcastic remarks are no substitute for knowing what you're talking about. Consulting with fellow HBO comedian Borat over Slurpees? No substitute for doing actual research.
airplanes, can't slam into 2 buildings and knock down 3. What about Building 7?
Now, I also mentioned too that a fellow that has been in touch with me for an awful long time, his brother was in the CIA, or is in the CIA. He will never talk about the CIA to him. He'll never give anything away whatsoever, except one bit of advice. He said, never watch the television. Never watch the television. It's the greatest scientific indoctrination tool ever devised. Haven't you figured that out? It's changed the whole culture of nations, not just one nation. Why do you think it was mandatory that everybody in Britain give access to televisions by the government? Why do you think China is under the same program to get everyone to the TV right now? Because they love to have you entertained. Do you really think that? And India is on the same route as well right now too. Most of your ideas and your opinions and how you emulate, because you emulate things, you mimic what you see. As Charles Galton, Darwin and others have said in the past. It becomes you, you become it. And that's what's happened. It's been very, very, very successful. Never watch the television. You can't watch a movie unless you do it critically. If you watch it critically, not there to enjoy it. Remember what they say, it's your emotions that get you on. And it's interwoven, all these emotional themes all through movies. You're played like a harp. And they embed ideas into you, along with the movies. And predictive programming too. So you'll accept that which is still to come. And you'll behave the same way as the characters in the movie when it comes. Oh well, what can you do? I'll just watch much music or television. Yeah. You're given a mind of your own. And you've got to use it for yourself. And believe you me, if you ever had a nation or wanted a nation, you'd have to make sure that everyone took their turn. Everyone took their turn. Just like jury duty, to go in and oversee the guys that are supposed to be taking care of everything on your behalf. It's a tight club right now. It's been like that forever. Because they never intended to give you anything called democracy. Or, in fact, a republic. Gangs and fraternities run the systems of the countries. That's how they're run. And under taxation, and it's true what Marx said, and it's true what Lenin said, about that part of it, all wealth comes from labor. And tax is another term for labor. When they take your labor from you and give you nothing back for it, that's called stealing and slavery. Slavery, folks. But no teacher told you that, did they? Look at the dictionaries. You can find an old enough one, because they keep changing them too.